Welcome to the Stairway to Heaven. We're coming to you bringing insights into the ever-changing high-frequency currents now bathing the planet and their effect on us all. The source of vital information for the evolving human being. I'm Gwilda Wiyaka. Anatomy of the soul. The human body is an exquisitely refined organism designed to anchor spirit into the physical world. It has many mysteries, including the ability to transmute matter into energy and form, generate electrical current, translate and store information, and reproduce itself. As a temple that houses our souls, it can prism light into a rainbow of colors and move spiritual energy into the world. In addition to its amazing physical attributes, the physical body has a chakra system. The word chakra comes from the Sanskrit word for wheel or turning. The chakra system is very complex and far-reaching, and I can't hope to cover it in depth here, but for our purposes, an introductory overview will suffice. The chakras work together to manage the spirit body, and with it our interaction with the quantum level of life. It's through the chakra system that we draw into us things and circumstances that we need and repel that would be harmful. It's also through the chakra system that we draw and organize the raw materials needed to manifest. Each of our 7 main chakras is anchored into the physical body through governing organs or glands. For now, we'll focus on the ones that work through the endocrine glands, including the heart. Endocrine glands work together in perfect concert to run the functioning of the physical body. Each chakra expresses a particular set of frequencies that extrapolates from the light. This frequency or light comes from the sun and radiates to us in 2 ways. First, we experience the radiance of the sun as it shines down on the Earth's surface. We'll call this light or masculine light. Second, the frequencies of the sun are carried from its electromagnetic field to that of the Earth, wherever the 2 fields cross over. The joining of magnetic fields creates an X-point, which propels jets of charged particles, creating an electron diffusion region. The electron diffusion region alters time and space and translates frequency information from one field to another instantaneously. Once this frequency information is imprinted on the electromagnetic field of the Earth, it's carried into the core of the Earth as her electromagnetic field enters through the north and exits from the south of the planet. We'll call this dark light or feminine light. Feminine light then radiates from the core of the Earth to its surface. All things on the surface of the planet are thereby sandwiched between light radiating directly from the sun and dark light radiating from the Earth's core. Light, masculine, is drawn in through the crown chakra, and dark light, feminine, is drawn in through the root chakra. This light travels up and down the body, respectively, through energy highway known as the Puranic tube, forming a double helix that spirals around the chakras. From there, it's run through the prism of each chakra, creating individualized frequencies that correspond to the color and function of each chakra. Each chakra has a masculine, positive, and a feminine, negative expression or charge. The light that's directed in through the crown and root chakras provides a constant flow of energy, facilitating movement. The center of each chakra is a neutral vacuum, which creates a perfect environment for electromagnetic field in the form of a torus. Therefore, each chakra expresses in the form of a differentiated electromagnetic field. These electromagnetic fields shift and flex according to our conscious and unconscious intent. This constant fluctuation and movement adjusts itself to our intent and environment, maintaining a balance while affecting change in accordance with desired outcome. The information from our chakra systems is translated to the electromagnetic or auric field of the body through the X-points created between the field of each chakra and that of the body. It then transfers through the X-points formed where our body's field interfaces with that of the planet, carrying our intent and influence into the world. All life expresses in varying combinations of electromagnetic fields. The human body is no exception. When we feel a heart connection with someone, the electromagnetic field of our heart chakra is connecting to that of the other person through the aforementioned X-points. It's through the electromagnetic fields and the X-points created where they cross that all life is interconnected. Up until now, I've been discussing the portion of the chakra system that's anchored into the physical gland. The chakra system is not restricted to the physical. Each chakra has its own electromagnetic field containing a positive, negative, and neutral charge. Therefore, each chakra presents a crossover place, an X-point through which information and influence is transmitted. This progression of X-points moves both above and below the physical body into infinity. In this way, our souls do reach to the edge of the universe and beyond, approaching unity with all that is. Matter is energy. Energy is light. We are all light beings. Albert Einstein. The body's ability to do work is totally dependent upon this delicate balance of nutrients, light, temperature, water, air, pH, hormones, frequency, its physical location on the planet, and the planet's location in the universe, among many other factors. The body can shift this magical balance with the seasons and even ages as it translates the astrological frequencies from the light it draws in and responds accordingly. Somewhere along the line, we decided we could improve our environment. Instead of letting our bodies adjust to the length of day, we adjust the length of day by adding artificial light and daylight savings. Instead of letting our bodies adjust to the seasons, we now keep our dwellings at 70 degrees Fahrenheit year in and year out. Instead of eating what we grow locally in season, which, by the way, is balanced to our longitude and latitude, we ship our genetically modified, irradiated, chemical preservative-ridden food across the globe. Or better yet, we ship our bodies across the globe to enjoy the food along with the ambiance. This snatches our bodies, which are precariously balanced to exactly where we are, to somewhere they're not. We stay there just long enough for the poor body to almost adjust, and then we snatch it up again and take it back. Jet lag begins to make more sense. When we arrive back at home, some of our cells are comprised of things balanced to Denver, while others think they belong in Hong Kong. Suffice it to say that even before we add pollutants and chemicals, our modern-day lifestyles has the delicate balance of our body grossly compromised, and with it our ability to move energy through our chakra systems into the world. This imbalance also translates as illness and eventually disease. Our body's ability to prism light diminishes as the resulting hormonal imbalances compromise the attunement of our chakras to our endocrine glands. We become less spiritual, light beings, and more physical, imbalanced ones. Eventually, this imbalance makes us incapable of maintaining not only spiritual consciousness, but also physical life. Now we have another complication. While modern-day lifestyles compromise our balance and frequency, the sun, and therefore the solar system, is moving into a higher frequency portion of the galaxy. Not only does this make high-frequency light available for our bodies to work with, but increasing frequency demands exacting balance. The higher frequency necessitates more refinement, while our lifestyles have created more coarseness in the form of the imbalances I've mentioned. In effect, we're running against the wind. This leaves us with several choices. Stay as we are, get shaken apart. Go deeper into denial, stick our head into the sand, dropping our personal frequency. The higher frequency then passes through unnoticed, kind of like bricks through radio waves through a brick wall, while we sink into oblivion. Or obtain greater refinement and evolve. The first two choices have predictable results. The third is more involved than it first appears. We'll need to obtain greater balance on all four levels of our being, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, to reduce drag and evolve with the times. Humans have been portrayed by many shamanic cultures as the link between heaven and earth. This is to say that they're the link between spirit and the physical. In order to better understand how this works, it's necessary to first address frequency as it pertains to the human body. The human body not only receives and perceives a certain range of frequencies, it also produces its own unique range. Every individual has a set of harmonics particular to their expression. The frequency of a person varies according to their level of processing, as well as what they're doing at any given time. Every thought, intent, belief, emotion, and denial alters our frequency. This alteration of harmonics has a marked effect on our environment. Variations in frequency dictate the law of attraction and repulsion in our lives, which is how we believe, think, or intend affects our experience, including our abundance. Frequency interacts in our world with an electromagnetic push and pull that's generated consciously or unconsciously by our intent. The range of frequencies each of us produces has a home base, if you will, where a person is in balance and at rest. This is the true form of Be Here Now, and is also each person's baseline signature. Because of the polluted food, water, environment, and technological manipulations of frequencies causing energetic pollution, it's increasingly difficult to find our natural home base. Plus, the use of carbon fuels has produced a yellow filter on the Earth's atmosphere that distorts the spectrum of light coming from the sun. Many of us have never been at home base, as our mothers and fathers and their mothers and fathers before them for generations have been subject to this distortion, altering the very DNA of our lineage. DNA is a light and frequency code dictating how matter and frequency comes together to form our bodies. The way our bodies are comprised to some degree dictates our harmonics. The further we are from our true home base, the less able to perceive subtle frequencies and the less psychic we are. The less psychic or privy to the subtle energies at the quantum level, the more unconscious our intent and therefore our manifestations. Most of the population doesn't even believe psychic capabilities exist because the distortion or lack of mobility in our expression has reduced us to the five senses and limiting even those. Yet, being psychic is our birthright. Now here's the clincher. As we discussed earlier, each chakra is anchored in an endocrine gland, which in turn produces hormones particular to the chakra's frequency in order to align the body with it. In this way, we align the physical body to our spiritual one, and our intent becomes manifestation. Much as the DNA, through frequency codes, draws together the matter needed to form our physical bodies, the frequency signature put out through the chakras, as they respond to our intent, interacts with the physical and quantum world in order to manifest. If we have become so imbalanced as to not have access to our psychic abilities, we do not perceive subtle frequencies or understand the effect in the world. We're basically shooting in the dark. Yet we are indeed shooting. The results are much like a blindfolded skeet shooter randomly putting holes in things. Through unconscious use of power, we become victims of our own creation, while at the same time we're unable to consciously manifest what we want and need. Becoming conscious and deliberate in the use of our bodies as living prisms is a complicated process. As stated, much of the imbalance is from our environment and our history. For some conditions, such as the polluted atmosphere, individually we have little to no control. But for others, such as what food and liquids we consume, we do. We all sustain spiritual damage and are subject to cultural conditioning that separates us from our true expression and our home base. To complicate matters, no two roads home are the same. There's no canned answer for everyone. I address many of these issues on other Stairway to Heaven episodes. The process of finding home base is actually an evolutionary one. Where we currently are in the ages and corresponding frequencies has put us in a position to regain our birthright as conscious prisms of light and dark, the true balance points between heaven and earth. There is no struggle of soul and body, save in the mind of those whose souls are asleep and whose bodies are out of tune. Khalil Gibran. Thank you for joining me, Gwilda Wiyaka, on the Stairway to Heaven, where we provide updates on the energetic currents facilitating our evolution into conscious, powerful co-creators. To revisit this or any of the past episodes, visit our archives at www.stairwaytoheavenmedia.com. If you'd like to find out more about me, my school, and the evolutionary tools we offer, visit www.findyourpathhome.com. Until next time, may you be blessed on your sacred path to wholeness. We are here. The time is now.